18 Major Foe here, Operation Aftermath, turn 11.5 and 6, Commonwealth and Free France, July 1941. Okay, trying a new camera this time, but it's handheld, so apologies if it's a bunch of shaky. It doesn't fit into my current camera stand, so I've got to adjust that. A bunch of housekeeping. Some of it's on me, some of it's on a couple other things we picked up in the last videos. Germany did complete the Atlantic Wall there, so they do get a free fortification or coastal gun, so they chose a free fort on the coast in Western Germany. We had P-62 over here. Over here. Japanese sub did attack this line. We've got anti-submarine warfare, so we need to roll anti-submarine warfare for that at a 2. I believe there was a coastal sub and another sub in P50. We need to roll anti-submarine warfare for both of those on a 2. So we've got in P62 anti-submarine warfare against that regular sub at a 2. That's a 3, so that misses. Next one is P50 against the sub at a 2. That's a 4. That misses. And the next one's at the coastal sub at a 2, and that misses. So no harm, no foul there. Next, we have over here in what is it, P34, that coastal sub, the seaplane and the fighter came out. The fighter can't move 2 on map, so the fighter didn't make it. The fighter did hit, so this sub is still alive, so that one stays. Noting that Major Foe had made some major errors. I took that fighter, I believe it came from Lower Egypt out, but I'm pretty sure that medium bomber came from Gibraltar. And maybe the fighter did as well. So I'm just going to move them both back. I can't remember. I have to look back. But they both came out and did the escort duty. There's no such thing as escort duty. I'm confused with a different game. It's Maritime Air Patrol. So I'll have to adjust my, my markers for that. Apologies. That said, I believe the bomber and fighter are in Gibraltar or in Lower Egypt. I can't really remember. I'll have to go back and watch the video. Either way, I'll just put them back in Gibraltar and leave them there. And then that seaplane, wherever it came from, it'll just land in Lower Egypt. So apologies for that. And I think that's all the housekeeping. Okay. I'll put that in the chat here later, folks. Apologies once again. Totally lost my mind on that one. Looking at the tech chart. We have long-range aircraft at stage 2, so we're going to roll for that. And I'm thinking about getting crazy and maybe rolling for jet fighters. So jet fighters, I have no bonus on either one of these. This camera action is going to suck until I get that holder. Apologies. We're looking for an 8 or above, no bonuses. That is a 2, I'm pretty sure. 2, so that's a miss. So that'll be +1 on the next round. And long-range aircraft is at a stage 2 and no bonuses. So we're looking for an 8 or above on that. That's 11, so that will move. This camera's not going to work. That will move to stage 3. Okay, that concludes the tech program. 50-50, that's not too bad. We'll go into purchases. The UK has $42, sorry. So they're going to buy an infantry for 3, an airborne for 3, that's 6. 2 militia upgrades is 4, so that's 10. They're going to buy a militia, that's $2, so that's 12. And then we've got 2 marines for 8, and a militia, that equals 10, so that's 22. We've got 2 colonials for 8, and a militia, that's 10, I'm in the way, so that's 32. And then we have a fighter for 10, so that's 42. I have finally started, I ordered these flight stands and I'm finally starting to put them in use. So I've got, I think, 2 in use so far. Apologies for that. We'll get them It takes time, everything does, but I'll try and get as many up and running as possible. So that's $42 for the UK. Okay, over to making everybody sick with the camera motions. We've got $17 for FEC, so the 2 Gurkhas, $4 a piece is 8. Lend Leasing and Artillery to KMT, that brings it to 12, and then 2 more militia will bring it to 16, which will save $1 for FEC. Chuck that over in the pile. Okay, ANZAC has $7 again, so they'll buy 1 infantry and 2 militia upgrades. Militia upgrades $4 plus 3 is 7, so that's $7. So all money spent except for ANZAC saved $1. Okay, on to combat. Out of Queensland, we have 2 seaplanes. They'll move 1, 2, because that's their range. I won't try and mess that up again. Into P62, and they'll try and go after that submarine. So I've got anti-submarine warfare, so those are at 5s. The sub in P51 is going to move up 1 to P42 and 2 to P32. That'll raid that line. Get some raiding tokens here. Apologies. So that sub will raid the Tokyo line. The coastal sub that could will move over to P33, and it will raid that line. The coastal sub did survive in P50, so it'll move up 1 into P41 and raid that line. There's no aircraft in that, and those destroyers aren't on. You can't even see what I'm doing, knocking over pieces, but I should have bought the bigger map. I'm regretting every minute of it. Okay, coastal sub will raid in P41. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, out of British Malaya, there's 2 seaplanes. They're going to go out and attack the 2 submarines. Well, there's 4 subs there, 2 coastal and 2 regular subs. Just put them up to the side there. They're going to attack at the 4 subs. There's no aircraft in there, so there'll be no combat. So likely if I do score 2 hits, it'll come off the coastal subs. No other attacks over here. Up north, we have... Oh, I can walk around the table. Crazy person. So I'll take the submarine out of the fleet in A23. It'll move 1 to A6, 2 to A5, and 3 into A8. And it will raid with the other sub in A8. The Russians were unsuccessful in taking any coin off of the Germans, so I'll try with 2 units this time. Into Picardy, I've already asked if Derspot wanted to scramble out of Paris. He did not. So 3 fighters out of London. Can we get the camera? Yeah, there we go. 3 fighters out of London will go in there. The airborne on the air transport out of London will go there. This is into Picardy, by the way. And we've got a tactical bomber on the transport, or correction, on the light carrier in A21. It'll move 1, 2 into Picardy. And we have the fighter off of the aircraft carrier in the home fleet in A23. We'll move 1, 2. So there's 4 fighters, 1 tactical bomber, 1 airborne air transport, but that won't have a role, against that 1 militia in Picardy. And those are all of the combat movements I have. Okay, we'll go over to the board and see how unsuccessful that becomes. Get to see my dirty floor, apologies. Okay, so got that set up on the board. We'll start with the rating. I've got the 2 subs attacking an A8 on the German line. They do not have radar. They're at stage 1, so once again, Germany's in gray, Great Britain's in green. We're a +2 on the... So they get a 6, I get a 1, not even close. That's the first sub. Sub number 2, same deal. What the heck? They get a 6. I got a 2. Plus 2 is 4. So no damage to the German line. Way to go, Germany. We'll start over there in what is it? P33 with the coastal sub. So Japan does not have radar or anti-submarine warfare. It's a coastal sub, so it's +1. Japan's in red. Great Britain's in green. I'm getting killed here. That's 4 to 5, so no damage on that one. We'll go to the other coastal sub in P41. So +1 on this die roll. Ooh, 6 to 2. Because the bottom side, can't even see. Look, 6 to 2 because the bottom side is a 1. So that's 7 to 2. So that's 5 damage. That maxes out that line. And now I don't need to roll the one in P32, but I'll roll it just because I want to feel the pain of not rolling well again. But that's 5 damage so far. And there we go. See? Oops, not even showing it correctly. Look at that dummy. That's 3 to 4, so no damage on that one. So 5 damage in total to Japan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And apologies for the terrible camera work. I will get a camera stand for the next one. Okay, so we have 2 seaplanes out of 5 going after that Japanese sub in P62. So we'll roll that one up first. So we're looking for at least a 5 on one of these dice. There's a 5 and a 3, so both hit. So that Japanese sub is off the board. So that goes away. And then we have 2 seaplanes from British Malaya going into P50. There's 2 coastal subs and 2 submarines. So looking for 5s on this one. 2 7s, of course, so both misses. Okay. And the last one is the airborne assault into Picardy. So let me move this up a bit, see if I can't get that proper. All right, so we have an airborne at 3 in round number 1. That's a 2, so shockingly that hits. We've got 3 fighters at 6. 11, 8, 5, so 2 hits. So definitely that that militia is dead. And then we've got the tactical bomber, target select, 6 or less, and it misses. So great roll in there. So once again, that militia fires back at a 2 or less. Be kind, that's a 7. So we are successful in that. So what that does is takes the coastal gun off. Can we see that? The coastal gun. The coastal gun that was blocking that channel is now gone. The militia is now gone. The German roundel, knock everything else over. Here we go. While trying to hold a flag, a crappy camera. I was gonna say a flag, but it's not a flag. Picardy is worth $1. That now becomes United Kingdom. The airborne is still there. So that will take Germany down to 58 and the UK up to 33. Okay. So what that does is now those ships can move freely. I can get those stupid transports out of London. I've been stuck there forever. And we'll go on to non-combat. So, non-combat moves. In Cape Town, we have that camera. That armor is going to get railed up into Lower Egypt. The fleet in M8 will move 1 into M4 and 2 into M2. So, that consists of 2 battleships, 2 light cruisers, 2 heavy cruisers, 5 destroyers, a transport, a light carrier, and a fighter. The seaplane in Lower Egypt is going to move this camera. What a bad idea. Seaplane in Lower Egypt. I frigged that up, so I'm just going to leave it there for one more turn, just because I moved it the wrong way. previously, so apologies for that. Over here, British Malaya, the two seaplanes in P50 that attacked those subs unsuccessfully, they're going to move back into British Malaya and land there. Okay, and then the two seaplanes over here in P62 are going to move back to Queensland. 2 spaces. Okay, so that takes off that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, that's all the movements down this way. No change over here. Okay, up here we have a light carrier, two destroyers, a light carrier, and a battle cruiser in A21 are going to move 1 to A28, 2 to A35, 3 to A44, and 4 into M2 with a +1 bonus from the heavy shipyard, there. So that will join the fleet in M2. The fighter in Gibraltar is going to land on that carrier. The medium bomber in Gibraltar will fly 1, 2, 3, 4, land in Lower Egypt. The two torpedo boat destroyers in A21 are going to move into A22. The home fleet in A23 will move into A22. There's a French destroyer that doesn't move yet. Okay, that home fleet, the two torpedo boat destroyers joined it. Oh my god, motion sickness on this camera, I'm so sorry. The tactical bomber will land in London. Can't see that because I'm not going the right way. The air transport will land in London. 3 of the fighters will land in London. And 1 of the fighters will land on the light carrier. So in London, that tactical bomber lands there. The air transport lands there. 3 fighters land there. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, the seaplane in escort duty in A21 comes off escort duty, lands in southern England. Maritime Air Patrol, not escort duty, but I will fix that. And I think that's all of the combat, non-combat for them. All right, let's go place units. See if I can end this debacle before someone throws up trying to watch this video. Okay, infantry is going to Cape Town. Airborne is going to London. So that'll go up there. I'll go over a quick recap of units after the French turn. 2 militia upgrades. Sorry, check my notes. Western Egypt, Lower Egypt. Okay. 2 militia upgrades. 1 is Western Egypt, 1 is Lower Egypt. Camera. It's not the camera, folks. It's the operator. Apologies. Okay, just drop pieces on the floor. Get it for the dog does. 1 militia is going to go to Western Egypt. Yep. 1 militia is going to go to up here. Sudan. 1 is going to go to Tanganyika. I've got 2 Marines. They're going to go into London, so that's now 4 Marines in London. Okay, and then I've got 2 Colonial troops. One is going to Nubia. One is going to Western Egypt. Okay. And the only thing left is the fighter. That fighter is going to go to London. Okay. Probably didn't see that. That's okay. Okay, on to FEC. We've got 2 Gurkhas and the shakiest camera on the planet. So 2 Gurkhas are going to go into Burma. This Burma. Yep. Then we've got the artillery is going to get Lend-Leased through the Burma Road up into Yunnan. Okay. And then 2 militia. One will go to Maharashtra and one will go to Bengal. Okay, that's FEC. On to ANZAC. We have militia upgrade in Queensland. We have a militia upgrade in Sydney. And we have an infantry in Sydney. Okay, painful camera skills. UK collects $33. They have a bonus of 5, so that's 38. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. FEC collects $14. I'm sure you could see that beautifully. And $2 for their bonus. That's $16, and they saved $1, so they finished the turn with $17. Okay, 17. And then ANZAC collects $7. 5, 6, 7. Okay, that completes the Commonwealth turn. We'll move on to France. France has no tech rolls. They have $5. They're going to spend 4 on a Foreign Legion. That will save them $1. Okay, they have no combat movements. Non-combat, the army in Tunisia is going to move back to northern Algeria, and those units will all join up. So in northern Algeria, there is 3 Foreign Legion, 2 mountain brigades, a militia, 2 artillery, and 1 cavalry. This looks blurry as all heck, so apologies for the camera skills, and it's way worse than I thought. Okay, hopefully it's still watchable. Non-combat. The destroyer in A23 will move down into A22 and join the rest of that fleet. Oh, is that 5 damage? Where's that from? Well, I think that's off the last turn. Apologies, I must take that off. Yeah, there is no sub there, so. Okay, and then that's all the non-combat movement for France. They'll go to place units. They'll take that Foreign Legion and they'll put it in northern Algeria. So now there's 4 Foreign Legions there. They'll collect their $5. So they'll finish the turn with $6. Okay, on to a motion sickness ride you're really looking forward to. We have 5 infantry in Sydney. We have 2 infantry, 2 seaplanes, a motorized in Queensland. They're knocking pieces over. Still an infantry and a militia in New Zealand. 1 infantry in North Island and a militia in South Island. We have a militia in New Guinea and Dutch New Guinea. Militia in Timor, West Timor, sorry. We have infantry in Ceylon. We have a militia in northern India, Maharashtra, Bengal. A militia and 4 Gurkha in Burma. We have 5 5 infantry, a AAA gun, a fortification, a coastal gun, and a transport import in Calcutta. Oh yes, the turn's not over, but hopefully you'll let me do that. The whole purpose of taking that out was to move those 3 transports out of port in London into the home fleet in A22. So, all for naught. Oh, camera skills are terrible. So, apologies for that. The 3 transports that were in port in London go out of port into A22 with the whole fleet there. Just remind me with this port over here. We have 2 seaplanes and a AAA gun, and 5 infantry, 2 coastal guns, and a fort in British Malaya. And Hong Kong has an infantry, 2 militia in Borneo, 1 militia in Sarawak. We've got the coastal sub in P33. We've got a sub rating in P32. We've got a coastal sub in P41. I think that's all the units on that side. Over in Aden, we have a militia and an infantry. In British Somaliland, we have an infantry. Tanganyika and Sudan has a militia. Infantry in Cape Town. 2 infantry, 1 colonial, 1 militia, and 3 cavalry in Nubia. We have a French medium bomber, a British medium bomber, a seaplane, a medium armor, a AAA gun, and 7 infantry in Lower Egypt. Transjordan has an infantry, Syria has an infantry, Cyprus has a militia, Malta has an infantry. There's a colonial, an infantry, and a militia in Western Egypt. There is 4 infantry, 2 coastal guns, and a fort in Gibraltar. There are 2 destroyers, 1 battle cruiser, 1 light cruiser with a fighter, as well as 2 battleships, 2 light cruisers, 2 heavy cruisers, 5 more destroyers, a transport, another light carrier, and a fighter in M2. Those pesky Italians keep building the fleet I can't compete with. So hopefully that'll hold them off for a little bit. We'll go to the other side of the map. It's a long video, folks. Apologies. 2 subs rating in A8, unsuccessfully, of course. That's not over. Scotland, in camera, has a militia and a mountain brigade. Northern England has an infantry and a militia. Southern England has a seaplane. A22, the fleet consists of a French destroyer, 3 transports, a light carrier with a fighter, 2 destroyers, a battleship, a coastal defense ship, 2 coastal defense ships, 4 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, and 3 coastal 3 torpedo boat destroyers. It's all there. In London, there are 4 fighters, 1 air transport, 1 tactical bomber, 3 anti-aircraft guns, 1 airborne, 4 marines, 1 militia, and 7 infantry. All right, pretty sure I messed up, I don't know, a dozen things. Apologies for the camera work. I'll go back to the other one. This one is clearly garbage, and I still haven't got the holder for it. So once again, apologies for that. France, so France has that destroyer in A22, the medium bomber in Lower Egypt, and I think I already went over it, but 4 foreign legion, 1 cavalry, 2 mountain brigades, 2 artillery, and 1 militia in northern Algeria. All right, team, thanks again. Sorry about the motion sickness and the crappy video. Thanks again for watching.